mutation, is this somehow local in the space to an individual, or is it a global property? Global are these global parameters of the entire CA continuous
Uh,
CA?
oh yeah, yeah. I can't hear your question clearly.
Oh,
Did you
okay.
mean the
So when you do the mutation and or some other kind of variation and duplication, is this about global parameters, or is this
I
oh
somehow
yeah
turned
local within the
the Roomba
individual
on.
CA?
yeah oh
Uh,
yeah. For now, the change of the genome or the parameters are global. So the whole world will change. The creatures will change whenever we change the parameters.
Okay.
But yeah, but I'm
Oh, I
also
see.
thinking of how can we change the parameter locally. So if I have a big enough grid, then the creatures will evolve just by themselves by changing or mutating within the grid.
Yeah, interesting. Because usually in evolution, the
I can't hear them.
inheritable information is carried by the individual. But
Mm.
you said you did it at the global level, so you have every individual has the same genome essentially. Is that
Yeah, but we only start to have individuals in the new system. It's an
Oh,
emergent property.
yeah?
Individual is an emergent property in this system.
Yes. Yeah.
So and the individuals they are able to protect themselves.
Yeah.
So the next step is we can think of some kind of enhancement to this and see if the individuals can evolve themselves in a bigger grid
Yeah.
by
I think
themselves.
I think what you said was very interesting, that they locally keep the same rule, locally keep the same parameters in some kind of subdivision of the space, may be determined by the boundary of the individual. It's a great idea. So,
Yeah, yeah. So another question is, how can we define a boundary for these creatures? I have no idea for now.
yeah, I mean, there's some kind of natural topological idea, but you have these different colors and different types of locations of. So it's probably possible just to do it spatially as a topological boundary, but yeah, there seem to be some kind of fuzzy parts of where things go in or things go out of the individual.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Dave Ackley had the same sort of issue in the movable feast machine, where because he's defining things sort of bottom up at that, I think what he calls them the atom level, like what is an individual when it emerges out of that sort of system?
Hmm.
I think he had sort of resigned himself to do, at least this was this in Japan. I don't remember. He presented this at a former A Life where he was just doing like image processing on like from frame to frame, doing image processing. Does this look like a thing, and does it say a thing from frame to frame?
Hmm. So I think it's hard to define a thing in an image. It seems like there are many progress in machine learning community that the tools I can try to use on Nania. Yeah. But it's easy for the human eyes, right?
I'm gonna
It's
take a little
easy for
look
us
around in
to
here
see
now. Maybe
there's a
go ahead and
fox-like
find it.
creatures in this VR image.
I don't know if I've seen all the
Right.
rooms.
It's hard for a machine to recognize this if it, uh, especially if this is a new type of creature.
Right.
A machine won't know there's a green fox here.
Yeah. Bert, I also saw your
You mean like other
work briefly in
sessions or worlds
KLF
or?
2018 in the display, and it's very impressed. I wonder if you do also.
I didn't
You
even look
think
through
about
that
doing
list.
like
Are there
a
any pretty cool
3D
ones out there?
version of Lenia. do you think about doing a three-dimensional version of your work of Lenia?
I looked half of my part is in 3D now. So, but it's hard to do exploration in the 3D world. That's because maybe my GPU is not powerful enough.
Yeah.
I need some more external GPU to render to do some real time exploration of the 3D space. So it's become harder. And I tried for 4 dimensions, but only
great.
yeah, and yeah, it eat up the GPU, but it's harder to explore. And also, I'm thinking of how can we visualize a 4D creature. I'm not sure. I just do a slice of 3D slice.
Yeah,
I do a 3D slice. So yeah, let's see how can we visualize higher dimensions, 3D, 4D, 5D.
Wonderful.
So I've got kind of a
No, I would one
critical question about that, about what you did. It's I see that as basically math, and it's very interesting and very beautiful math. But I feel like the words that you use to discuss it are kind of misleading. All the biological words,
yes,
control and protection, and I forget what they all were. But you're really creating. It's an almost irresistible emotional reaction that says, "Oh, creature!" You're calling them creatures.
Oh yeah.
I don't feel like there's
That would be
enough
awesome.
there that makes it really a simulation in that way. I don't think I like the language that you're using.
Well, with the desktop,
I share
it might
the
not be as
same
cool though.
feeling with you, because yeah, actually, it's all just math, or it's just some
Okay, well, I'm gonna click on it and see what
some
happens.
NumPy array and some pretty beautiful
Start
patterns
session? Oh wait.
there. So yeah, actually, in my paper or in my future work, I will try to use more specific or more formal wordings to analyze those patterns. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because it's really irresistible to think about they are cells, or they are creatures, or there is a tail here, or there